Isola eventually. And all the way down, we'll get to Wilbon.
We'll get there.
Toward
So
the
I was
bottom.
always last.
At some
Sitting in the back of the room when I was a little kid. Welcome to PTI. Tony tapped out of today's show. So we're here to do his work for him is our great friend, Mr. Frank Isola. Yeah.
Can hear them all the way from
two
Cleveland.
F's somehow. Let's start with the end of the season for the Atlanta Braves. Nick Castellanos hit 2 solo home runs to help the Phillies win last night's game in the division series by the same 3-1 margin. Like last year, the Phillies finished 14 games behind the Braves in the regular season. And like last year, Philly topped Atlanta in the playoffs. Frank, what does this role reversal for the second straight postseason say about the Phillies and about the Braves?
It says a lot about the Phillies. They're about as intimidating and as powerful as their fans that fill that ballpark. I mean, Mike, let's think about this. They've won 9 straight playoff games against the National League at home. They're dominant in Philadelphia. And when you talk about power, the Braves led baseball in home runs. They were at hit 11-3 in terms of home runs in this playoff series. The Phillies at this time of year, give them credit. Their pitching was set up right, and that lineup was terrific. And after that tough loss in Game 2, look at the way they bounced back in Game 3, especially Bryce Harper and Nick Castellanos. How good was he in this series? Unstoppable. 7 of 15 he was with all those home runs.
Yeah, Frank, and that bounce back that you speak of, I'm glad you brought that up. It speaks to personality to me.
Yep.
It speaks to a certain spirit that the Phillies play with. And you look, and it starts with Harper. It does, no matter what people may think of Harper. But Harper and Castellanos and Schwarber, it just seems to go throughout that lineup. But let me go back to the Braves for a second. And if we're going to provide them with any sort of excuse, I think you have to look at their rotation, which when they didn't have Morton and Fried, that's a lot to take out. Nobody has 4 starters these days. You're lucky to have 3. If you have 2, you better have them both, and they better be lined up properly with the stars to get you through a series. And then the Braves scored 3 runs over those 3 losses. They get shut out in Game 1. They score 1 run last night. So I'm looking, they got so many things working against them. And that Philly power you talk about, they had as many home runs and as much power in August and September as the Braves did, and we were told their lineup was more potent than the 27 Yankees. That's why stats do lie. So, but I look at it, and I see personality. And I'm just like, you know what? If you ask me who I want to go into a street fight with, the guys with the Philly uniforms on or guys in the Braves uniforms, I'm picking the Phillies for that, Frank.
Yeah, and think about this, too. Ronald Acuna, that's the player, Ronald Acuna Jr., that's the player you're looking for to come through on the Braves. He was 143 in the series. No home runs, no RBIs. And let's remember, the biggest moment of Game 4, bases loaded in the 7th inning, he hits that shot to center field, and Johan Rojas, he looked a little shaky. It looked like he stumbled a minute because the way the wall is set up out there, he knew that he could be running into it. He made the catch. Give him a lot of credit. That was the moment right there for the Atlanta Braves, right?
It was.
Absolutely. All right. Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred says it's too soon for him to judge whether there are problems with baseball's playoff format. The top 5 teams in baseball's regular season combined to go just 1 for 13. Wow. During the playoffs. The first time none of them will appear in a league championship series. The main criticism, of course, that a 5-day break for the top division winners leaves them rusty. Mike, 2 of the bye teams made the LCS last season, so should we see this season as an aberration and give this format maybe a little more time?
Frank, I've been going through this all week, so I'm going to sound like a broken record, people who don't want to hear it too bad. The baseball structure is not just the postseason. The structure is broken. They've departed from it so radically from what baseball was meant to be. I don't mean just by the founding fathers, but from 1880, founding fathers, all the way up through the 1990s. So 110 years, baseball was one thing. It valued the 162 games of the regular season. And now it doesn't. It wants to have a postseason party. It used to, proclaim with great haughtiness how it wasn't like the NBA or the NHL, and now it is. And so the more people you throw into this, the more variables, the more pitching and different ballparks, you get random results. So baseball needs to live with it. And it's not just a 5-day break, lay off the rust. That's not the only thing. You have devalued your regular season, Rob Manfred, so live with it. Because you're not going back. You're going to take the extra money. I don't want to hear the excuses. It's not too soon. We know what the postseason is. It's broken.
Yeah, Mike, you're 100% right. You look at college football, the NHL, you want to look at European soccer, the regular season means something. And that used to be what baseball was about. Baseball is a regular season sport. Now you're getting to the playoffs and you're having that first round where teams get a bye. Teams are not used to being off for 5 days. Brandon Hyde, the manager of the Baltimore Orioles, said that. Maybe we need 1 or 2 days off, like get our rotation going. But 5 days off, that's not the rhythm of baseball. They're going to have to change, at the very least, Mike, change this. Just reseed. You know, the Diamondbacks should have played the Atlanta Braves. Philadelphia should have been in LA playing the Dodgers. Dodgers probably is still going to lose that. Their pitching was a mess. But when you're having this many teams that finish with over 100 wins or teams with 99 wins and not advanced, it's not what the sport was about.
You know, I agree with every word you said. Here's the problem. To get rid of the 5-day bye, all they're going to do is add 2 more teams. They're going to go up. Well, they're going to add more teams so nobody will get a bye. It's garbage. For
what
those of us who grew up with
single game elimination?
What
about single game?
I guess you could, Frank. So you want to reduce the bye from 5 days to 3? Oh, okay. But that's not baseball. So that, you know what? You made your bed. Get in the damn bed. Just do it. I don't want to hear their excuses. I don't want to hear from Manfred on this.
And you know what? Spencer Strider of the Atlanta Braves, give him credit after the game.
He tried to be
He said, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? If instead of making excuses, just be ready to play. You know, it's about you being competitive.
Not that simple.
You have 5 days off.
Not that simple.
But at least he's taking that stand.
He was a stand-up guy. I'll give him credit. Yep. Baseball gets no credit. They've screwed up the postseason. And they got to live with it.
You're 100%
That's what
right.
they got. And people will move on from baseball.
Or play 4 out of 7. Play 4 out of 7 then. I get it. We'll be playing into December. Play 4 to 7. Get rid of the off days.
Let's move to the NFL, where the Chiefs topped the Broncos in a game as ugly as that score, 19-8. The Chiefs scored just 1 touchdown in 5 trips to the red zone, leading Andy Reid to say, quote, "We strive for something better than what we're doing right now," close quote. And the Broncos were the inverse of what they've been all season. Solid defense, bad offense. Frank, would you rather focus on where the 5-1 Chiefs or the 1-5 Broncos stand through 6?
Come on, Mike. With that quarterback and with the record that they already have, you're not going to be worried about the Chiefs. All the Chiefs ever do is they win their division. Hang on,
I'm going to take exception with you in a minute.
And they play home playoff games. They've played 11 since he's become the starting quarterback. So I can't judge them on playing Sunday. The next thing you know, they're playing Thursday. They won the game. Ultimately, that's all that matters. This is more about the Broncos. With the head coach, Sean Payton, and you have Russell Wilson at quarterback, right now that marriage isn't working out. Where is this thing headed? With the money that Russell Wilson has, and then Sean Payton, let's face it, he has had a rough go here. They're not winning games. How about the timeout he called at the end of the first half?
That's crazy.
On a 4th down, when you're going to give the ball back and allowed the Chiefs to come down the field and get yet another field goal. To me, this is still more about the Broncos and how nothing has changed. And Sean Payton set himself up by killing the previous coaching staff. Now he realizes the trouble that he walked into.
The Broncos don't matter. The Broncos are irrelevant. The Broncos aren't worth talking about on any network anymore until they win at least 2 games and maybe 3 straight games, and they can't do that. So the Broncos are set aside. Let me get to why the Kansas City Chiefs could have trouble. Offensively, where they're only 9th in the league in total offense right now, that's not good enough for them. Let me tell you why. And you wouldn't notice this. It's not the quarterback. Who's calling the plays for the quarterback, Frank? It's not Andy Reid, who may need to go back to it. It's Matt Nagy. You may not remember him, but I do. I've seen his offense fail miserably. That's why he got fired in Chicago. The Kansas City Chiefs better get the responsibility of that offense away from Nagy, and either Andy Reid better do it himself or replace somebody. Remember, he replaced Bieniemy on some level. Frank, that's a disaster in waiting.
Mike, you and I lived through a guy in Chicago, number 23. This is the football equivalent of it. Everything you talk about That guy on fourth down, they always convert come playoff.
He can be ruined. He can be ruined.
It's maybe for another quarterback. It's Patrick Mahomes. He's at a different level than everyone in the league, and all the guy ever does is win, and all he ever does is play at home.
We're going to save this clip, and when Matt Nagy is replaced by Andy Reid,
who are you picking in the AFC? Who are you picking in the AFC over the Kansas City Chiefs? Come on now.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, there isn't anybody.
I don't like the AFC at all.
Because there's one team. There's one team you trust with
maybe
Mahomes as quarterback.
Maybe, yeah.
And the tight end, too. I guess we have to mention him.
Coming up, who should be more motivated Sunday? Bill Belichick or Josh McDaniels?
I'm not picking them in the AFC. And should we expect the Liberty, to beat the Aces and get back into the WNBA Finals on Sunday?
You look at the Chiefs and what they are in the red zone and why.
Fine. It's a regular season, and they keep winning.
All right.
There's one guy you trust. It's Mahomes.
Pardon the Interruption is presented by Truly Hard Seltzer. Please drink responsibly. Part of Happy Hour.
This is a cluster.
Hello.
It's what happens when marketers group customers with very different behaviors into one tangled mess.
This is a mess.
With MailChimp, marketers can use real-time behavior data to personalize every email for every customer, turning customers into customers. Intuit MailChimp, the #1 email marketing and automation platform.
Whatever your business needs, Vistaprint can print it. Like packaging from tape to thank you cards, or merch from t-shirts to caps, even a logo that you can put on all that. Because with Vistaprint, the printabilities are endless. New customers get 25% off at Vistaprint.com.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Attention Walmart shoppers, get a Walmart Plus membership plus not pay for it, because now it's included with Straight Talk Wireless. Yeah, Walmart Plus gets you free delivery, giving you time to spend with your family or people you like. And a Paramount Plus subscription included, so you can stream me. Walmart Plus even saves you money on gas. We can go on a family trip. Vegas.
Only Straight Talk Wireless gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus on select plans for free. Available at Walmart.
Carl never really thought much of his credit scores until he got Credit Karma and used his scores to score more, like this less humble abode. That's what I'm talking about, Carl. Intuit Credit Karma. Download the Money app where your hard work pays off.
Dude, you coming?
Alka-Seltzer Plus Power Max Gels Cold and Flu Relief with more concentrated power. Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, Winter Warriors with Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Feel that? That's the foundation of basketball erupting. A new era begins.
What did I say about using my Old Spice dry spray?
I need long-lasting freshness.
Baby D, we all family. Your lavender is our lavender. Remember when we used to steal his Old Spice body lotion? Used to.
Are you a married man?
Yes, sir.
If your wife died, who would get her money?
I love this girl. Do you?
I'm here to see about these murders.
You seem nervous. I don't like talking to you.
Is he murdered?
I don't know.
There was no investigation.
What's going on?
You want to go home right now?
I'm afraid. Think someone's gonna hurt you? Think I'm gonna hurt you?
Killers of the Flower Moon. Rated R. Only in theaters October 20th.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, blasted with Cinnadust.
Introducing KFC's new hot and spicy wings. Get an 8-piece of spicy, marinated, hand-breaded wings for just $4.99. Hit it! Get 8 wings for just $4.99.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, we're cut in half, just like that.
Go to ShipStation.com/TV and get 2 months free.
Two of hockey's best are back for a primetime battle on ESPN+.
Two of the all-time greats.
Crosby versus Ovechkin. Penguins Capitals. Tonight, 7:30, ESPN+.
Welcome back to Pardon the Interruption, presented by Truly Hard Seltzer, part of Happy Hour.
Time to spank Frank and toss-up. Let's get the first one from the producer over the loudspeaker.
Toss-up, who should have more motivation to win Sunday's reunion? Bill Belichick or Josh McDaniels?
Frank, this is real simple to me. Bill Belichick has no motivation to do anything. He can do it because he's Bill Belichick. But if he's not motivated, if he decided Sunday morning, you know what? I don't feel like coaching today. I'm just going to sleep through this one. He's Bill Belichick. Not one of those rings goes back to the ring company, Jostens or whoever's making the damn rings.
Those are high school rings.
Come on. I know those are what my high school ring was. Listen, McDaniels has coached for like 4+ seasons or parts of 4 seasons as a head coach. He's never made the playoffs. He's got all the motivation all the time, no matter who's on the other sideline, but particularly when Parcells, when Belichick is there. So don't tell me Belichick has any motivation. It's all McDaniels.
You have Matt Nagy on the brain right now.
I do.
You 100% do. First of all, Bill Belichick is 0-2 against Josh McDaniels. Do I need to remind you how last year ended with the lateral when Chandler Jones caught it, ran over Mac Jones?
Do I need to remind you how this ends for Belichick's fingers?
Mike, do you know what's happened to the New England Patriots over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
They've lost by 30 points over 7 days.
They got crushed.
Under Robert Kraft, that had never happened. Losing by 30 points twice in a season. It happened twice in 7
matter relative to this other dude who's never even been to the playoffs.
The offense is scoring 10 points a game. He needs to score. Their season is kaput if they don't get this. And it's against Josh McDaniel, a guy that he hasn't beaten yet.
What about McDaniel's season, this season, and every other one he's ever coached?
All right, that's fair. But
thank you for that.
But this is Bill Belichick. Now people are saying, are they going to get rid of him after the season? Should he step down? Should they bring in?
No, they're not going to get rid of him.
Mike Vrabel as the coach.
He could just oversleep his alarm. It's okay. It's Belichick. What's next?
Toss up. Who you got in Sunday's Game 3 of the WNBA Finals? The Aces or the Liberty?
I got the Aces. You can't. I just said going into Game 2, the Liberty got to come back. They couldn't even play well. What were they down, like 18-2 or something like that?
19-2.
Frank, I don't see how. You need a rabid Phillies-like crowd in Brooklyn. Oh, wait. They are barely awake in Brooklyn. It is the worst home court situation in terms of spirit in the entire NBA, all 30 teams, maybe Washington, and the entire WNBA, all whatever it is, 12 teams. It's the worst. There's nothing to rally the Aces. Rally the Liberty. I want to see a series, Frank. It's not happening. It's not.
First of all, Brooklyn is a hipster town. I was born there. Watch what you say, number one.
Okay.
Number two, we're going to put on the fans and not on Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, the way that they've played. Here's the problem.
They've been bad.
This was supposed to be a super team. There's been one super team thus far in the series. You know, the Aces have outscored the Liberty by 45 points.
Yeah.
They're the first team in WNBA Finals history to shoot 50% from the field, 40% from threes in back-to-back games. And you and I talked about this over the last 2 weeks.
No resistance.
Asia Wilson is motivated by not winning the MVP.
Yeah.
And Becky Hammond got her all stirred up. How did she not win it? It was a joke.
Well,
this is
Stewie's got to
Carmelo
answer.
and Michael Jordan almost 30 years ago. It's the same thing. The better player on the better team has whether it's fake or generated from the head coach. That's her motivation.
Agreed.
To feel that she was somehow slighted, and they have been dominant in this series.
Quote the great Frank Isola. That's fair. That's fair. But let me tell you what is also fair. Brooklyn's home court situation, it stinks. It's dark and quiet. It's like a library.
It's theater lighting. They do it in L.A.
Yeah,
they do it in the
not
Garden.
L.A. Get some lights. Show us who's
Ted
in the
Lasso
arena.
goes to those games.
Brooklyn,
Pablo Torre goes to those games.
You hipsters better get a real arena because you stink
killing
now.
the fans. This is
They're awful.
Breanna Stewart.
Stewie's asleep. Stewie and Ionescu, they're still napping like Belichick could nap right through the game. He doesn't need the motivation.
God.
That's it.
The fans.
We're taking one last break. Still to come. Dion in Colorado are back on the field tonight. What should we expect against Stanford?
And a frenetic finish to last night's West Virginia-Houston game that you have to see to absolutely believe. Oof.
Are you going to the game?
Not happen.
Are you going to that game Sunday?
I will be there, 3 o'clock. Where are you going to be?
Oh, I'll be watching
part
the
of that crowd that you're knocking.
Because this network's programming and the WNBA, the executives, double thumbs down. They stink like Brooklyn's arena.
Tonight on SportsCenter at 6 Eastern, the College Game Day crew is live with the national title implications of Saturday's massive showdown between Oregon and Washington. Plus, evaluating the most intriguing trades that should go down before the NFL trade deadline, and how the Cowboys are planning to get back on track against the Chargers on Monday night. SportsCenter, 6 Eastern on ESPN.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Wait.
Oh yeah, it just got really real. DQ, happy tastes good.
Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
From summer loves to fall flings. So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
Ask Sherwin-Williams and save big during the 4-day super sale. Get 40% off paints and stains with sale prices starting at $26.69. Hurry, it's only October 13th through the 16th. Shop online or at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
Jameson, the smooth triple distilled whiskey knows when people
guess you really had to be there.
just get you. That's when this spark just happens. So pull up a chair. There's always a seat for you at the table. Jameson, widen the circle.
I know my Old Spice long-lasting sense anywhere.
That's me, Mr. Cole.
Oh.
Let's talk about a raise.
Not you eating on your daddy's white carpet.
Cut the bull joke and give me one of the wings. Get 8 of KFC's new hot and spicy wings for only $4.99.
This is Jobber Enhance Select. It's more than just a hearing aid. It's a smart hearing solution that makes hearing aids more convenient and less expensive. With Jobber Enhance Select's premium package, better hearing doesn't have to start in a doctor's office. It starts with our free online hearing test. You can fine-tune your settings with your remote audiology team. With Jobber Enhance Select, you can get the same advanced hearing aid technology and professional care you expect from a clinic at a fraction of the cost. Try it risk-free for 100 days. Visit jobberenhance.com.
If you know luxury, it's not just award-winning, it's rewarding. Saatva Mattresses supports all types of sleepers with durable steel coils and plush organic cotton. Luxury is handcrafted in American factories and brought directly to you with our free in-home white glove delivery service, which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Saatva to friends and family. Saatva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
Here's where legends are born. And every match is a spectacle. Celebration like no other. For the love of football, for the love of La Liga.
Bienvenida a casa.
Bienvenida a casa.
Welcome home.
Bienvenida a casa.
Rápido.
Rápido.
Heredero Caribe. ¿Me entiendes? Recuérdame. Recuérdame. Bienvenida a casa.
Hola, abuela. Bienvenida a casa. Te enseño a tu,
Miguel, ¿recámara?
Sí.
Venga, we'll speak a lot of Spanish.
Conectar lo cambia todo. AT&T.
Just close the doors, and you're in a world of your own.
Travel is not just about the destination. It's also about how you get there. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
Los proveedores expertos de su vida healthcare se esfuerzan para que se sientan como familia con cada visita. Obtenga la atención que ha estado esperando. Llame hoy o visite suvidahealthcare.com.
Pardon the Interruption is presented by Truly Hard Seltzer. Please drink responsibly. Part of Happy Hour.
Time to get happy, people. Happy 62nd birthday to Glenn Doc Rivers. You know him as a title-winning NBA coach or an all-star guard, but I first knew him as a playground star across Chicagoland at a time when area high schools also featured guys like Mark Aguirre and Isaiah Thomas. After splitting with the Sixers, Doc traveled all summer, told the Boston Globe, quote, "I didn't know I needed a break, but I needed a break," close quote. He's back in the booth now as an analyst with this network and told NBA Today Wednesday that his relationship with James Harden wasn't bad, wasn't good, just pretty much neutral. His advice for the disgruntled guard, just play and it will work out. Don't let Doc play you from the senior tees. He's trying to creep up there now. Don't let him do it.
I'm not putting that relationship on Doc Rivers. James Harden finally spoke today for the first time since joining the Sixers. He said, "Can your relationship with the front office be repaired?" Obviously, that's Daryl Morey. He said emphatically, no. Eventually, they're going to trade him. I'm not putting this on Doc. This
Not
is
at
James
all.
Harden.
This is on Harden, please.
Yep.
Happy anniversary, Derek Jeter. On this day 22 years ago, your backhanded flip nailed Jeremy Giambi at the plate to save a playoff win for the Yankees in a legendary play. Shane Spencer's throw from right had sailed over two cutoff men, but Jeter streaked across the infield to field the ball himself and flip it to Jorge Posada just in time. Yankees manager Joe Torre told SNY.com the team actually practiced this play in spring training. Come on now. And also credited Posada with staying home rather than trying to back it up and field the offline throw. The Yankees would go on to eliminate the A's and then the Mariners before falling to the Diamondbacks in a very emotional World Series in 7 games.
I know people outside of New York don't like hearing this about Derek Jeter, but part of the mystique was he came through in the clutch. He did bat 308 in 158 postseason games, and that defensive play right there. By the way, Mike, that was the same year that he hit the home run right after the clock struck midnight on November 1st, and the headlines all over the back pages of the papers in New York, Mr. November.
There's no question. Derek Jeter is one of the all-time greats. If you hate, I don't care who you are, hating Derek Jeter is just stupid and a waste of your time and ours. Happy trails to last night's game for West Virginia. What a finish in Houston. Down 3 with 22 seconds left and facing 4th and 10 for the 50. The Mountaineers connected for an improbable touchdown to take the lead with just 12 ticks left, but West Virginia drew a flag for celebratory helmet removal, helping Houston's subsequent field position after a quick 8-yard completion. Cougars quarterback Donovan Smith sent a 49-yard Hail Mary toward the end zone as time expired. And the prayer gets answered when Stephon Johnson comes down with the batted ball for the Houston win.
Man, that was a great win. Do you have a problem with the referees calling that penalty right there?
Yeah, not really. I don't. Helmet removal gets stupid. We got to go and run to the big finish, Frank. Daniel Jones is out against the Bills with a neck injury. Your thoughts, sir?
Tyrod Taylor's going to start. He played for the Bills. I feel sorry for him having to be in front of that offensive or behind that offensive line. He's going to get crushed. Deshaun Watson, big story here in Cleveland. He's going to miss the Browns game against the Niners with a shoulder injury. Is that a big deal?
Blowout. Victor Wembanyama back on the court tonight. You intrigued?
I'll tell you what, Bam Adebayo is not going to play, so he's not going to go up against Miami's best. But Wembanyama has looked better in the preseason than he did in Summer League. Stanford at Colorado tonight. Do you like Deion to get a win?
Yeah, if Deion wins this one, that'll be 5. He'll need one more to become bowl eligible for a team that was just for a program that was lost. Unbelievable season, even with 2 losses. Last one, number 25 Miami at number 12 North Carolina tomorrow. Will the Heels, Frank, stay unbeaten?
I think they will. And if Miami had just taken a knee in their last game, they would be undefeated right now. We'd have 2 undefeated teams. We're out of time. Thanks for watching. I'm Frank Isola.
And I'm Mike Wilbon. Have a great weekend, Knuckleheads. You can get the PTI podcast on the ESPN app or Apple Podcasts. And now, your sports center.